Peak Wealth Management proudly presents Finding True Wealth with certified financial planner Nick Hopwood and accredited investment fiduciary Jim Pilat. Nick and Jim believe by making simple, good financial decisions, you can retire with confidence. And now, let's turn it over to your hosts, Nick and Jim.
Welcome everyone to episode 104 of the Retire with Confidence podcast. My name is Nick Hopwood.
And I'm Jim Pilat.
And today, we're going to be talking about the peak, what do we say, the State of the Union.
Yeah,
right?
There you go. Yeah.
But first, I got in trouble for not shaving for so long. But I got a haircut yesterday.
Yeah?
And she trimmed my beard.
Oh.
And I didn't say anything, and she said, "What'd you do?" She likes it.
She noticed, huh?
Yeah, she noticed.
Okay. She's warming up to it.
Yeah, I was getting all kinds of threats. So now maybe it's manageable.
Yeah.
So maybe every few weeks.
Maybe that's the key, right?
Yeah, I was trying to trim, on my own, but I was afraid I was going to mess it up. Like my other friend Jim, he said he botched it and had to shave the whole thing off.
Oh, start over, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of time goes into building that. You don't want to reset.
Right. So wait, before we get into the State of the Union, we had a case study that we want to talk about where we have a small business owner who is a one-man shop, right? And they're able to work from home, which is amazing.
Yeah.
This day and age, right? No employees, but maxing out on hours, right? Like 45, 50 hours a week.
Right.
It's hard to push higher than that. I know that some people do, but if we want to grow the firm, right? What are our options at that point if we're already at 50 hours?
Yeah, if you can't work more, you got to figure out how to either make more or spend less.
And we have a skill set here that's very unique that with 20 years of experience. Okay.
Yeah.
We talked about, what are the rates that you're charging? Everyone needs a coach. Okay. I have a coach, right? My wife tells me what to do, and I have a coach for business. So that's
paid
two
and
coaches.
an unpaid coach, huh?
Two coaches, and I think and we're coaches, right? We're financial coaches, but everything that I learned from my coach, we're able to kind of use in a conversation like this about small business coaching. Well, what if this business owner was able to raise their rates because they're kind of undercharging, right? Well, now we're able to fund a 401k. Now we're able to accelerate the mortgage, right? Otherwise, you're working forever, right? So we have to find ways to save money and pay down debt, and the business income is the vehicle, right? Your income is the vehicle to be able to do those things. But if it's stalled or if it's capped out, right, we have to get creative.
Right. You have to think beyond what comes to mind first, right? And a big part of that in this situation was helping understand the value, right? Like you said, this person had a valuable skill set that was irreplaceable, right? And had a couple of stories to share with us of how they really took other businesses they worked with to the next level, and it's important that you realize that value that you provide to people and not sell yourself short.
And to have that confidence.
Right, confidence is the big thing, right? Because in our mind, right, you think, well, if I raise prices, all my clients are going to leave, right? But that's in our head, and it's not. And sometimes it takes that coach, right, and somebody to bring that out and say, I think you're providing more value than you realize you are, and I think that you need to be compensated accordingly.
Yeah. So this is just one small example of where we can shed some light with what we see with all of our other clients, right, and a lot of small business owners, helping them understand how to accelerate their career. And I see a lot of people where it's like, man, you need to make more money. If you want these goals, you have to make more money.
Yeah.
Right, and that might sound, mean or rude. I don't know.
Right.
But it's numbers. That's it. Okay?
Yep, absolutely.
So if you continue making what you are, you're simply unable to reach these goals unless you work much longer than you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the other thing that was interesting with this client is that they felt like they were charging this specific hourly rate, but when you kind of did the math on it and realized how many hours they were working versus what they were charging, it actually came in lower than what they felt like they were charging. Yeah, so it's important to realize, the amount of work and time and energy that you commit to these things.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so on to the State of the Union. Okay, a couple years ago I did this, and I know we skipped last year. I'm not sure why, but now that we have Ashley, we are here every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and we cut 2 or 3 every 2 weeks.
Yep.
That's why we have the same clothes on often.
A lot of people just went, oh, now I get it.
Yeah, that's right. Let the cat out of the bag.
Right.
But we have an inventory, and we're committed to amazing content.
Yeah, making sure we're just providing information to our clients, right?
Right. So last year, 2020, kind of looking at the vitals. Okay. One thing that we like to measure are new clients coming in, and the number was 41, which is, it's like been 40 to 44 like the last 3 or 4 years, which is a lot.
It's a pretty good number of household. Yeah, it's almost every week you got a new household to onboard. Yeah. Yep.
So that's a good number. How about lost clients? We have 1. Okay. So it comes out to about a 99.75% retention rate, which I'm really proud of. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm really very proud of that.
Exciting. Yeah.
And the one lost client, I don't want to diminish that or whatever, but it was a unique circumstance, and I'm kind of surprised it took this long.
Yeah, I expect. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, great.
And I don't want to get too specific, but it was a very unique case, and it's not like a normal situation. Okay, right. So I don't even worry about that really. I think that's okay. Another great thing for 2020 is we'd look at assets under management, and we crossed over 200 million.
Yeah, that's exciting.
I think it was in December. The market's been great.
Yeah, at a time where earlier in the year we wouldn't have had an idea where we'd be at that point, right? With the looming election and all these unknowns, right? For us to advance past that 200 million mark.
I mean, November was like the best month of my career.
Yeah.
Okay, and the fourth quarter was one of the best quarters. So we had that tailwind, right, where all the clients' assets are growing. But we also brought in 22 million in people bringing more money in. Okay, so new clients bring in new money, but also existing clients bring in new money. And one of the measurements are how much of the new money that came in came from existing clients. It was about 50%, which is very good in terms of telling us that people continue to have confidence in our work.
Yeah, no, that's true. It's a good way to look at it, and it's reassuring that they continue to be happy and they continue to come to us with these things.
Another thing that I'm proud of is how we navigated, the pandemic. Right? We look at March, which was the worst month of my career in 20 years. I mean, it was actually worse than September of 2008.
Yeah.
Which is hard to imagine. I never thought that we'd see a September of 2008 again.
Yeah, but the speed with which the market sold off it truly was historic. It was unbelievable.
And how many people bailed?
That was what was really encouraging, is I feel like the education we provided kept people from shooting themselves in the foot and jumping out at the wrong time. We had a few people want to go a little bit more conservative, but it was really on the margin, right? It wasn't a whole thing. It was, let's just take a step or two back to be more conservative.
Yeah, sometimes I say, let's make a decision on the margin. They're like, I don't have a margin account. I'm like, no. Like, just, tighten the belt one notch. That's right. What I mean, like a marginal choice.
Yeah, that's a good illustration.
Like, you taper a little bit. You make a small choice, okay? And oftentimes that will scratch the itch that you feel, right? Makes you feel a little better, and you're not shooting yourself in the foot or disrupting your long-term financial plan. Okay?
Yeah.
So when we look at, coaching through there, I'm very proud of the coaching that we did, and proud of the coaching that you did. And when we when we think about that, I can only think of like 3 people. Okay, maybe 4.
Yeah.
But everyone did great. You have anything?
Yeah, no. I mean, and just looking back, I feel I'm happy with the way that we were able to kind of be really proactive with trying to provide information to our clients, right? And we had a couple of really good podcasts, I think, that turned out to be pretty timely, right? We were able to comment on the market. They had a lot of viewers saw them, right? So I think our message was getting out there for people to see, and hopefully that gave some peace of mind during an uncertain and difficult time.
I think that one had like 10 million views.
It was probably 10, 12, something
10
like
or 12.
that. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Right? Breaking servers. Well, one more thing. And we were talking about this yesterday, as I reflect on the 35% drop, as painful as it was, and as emotional as I felt as a human, because I'm seeing our clients lose money, I'm losing money, right? Everyone, it's just a disaster. Having experienced the 1999 and 2008 meltdowns, even though I felt all the pain all over again, right? I believe, made me a better coach. It made me able to communicate and have the confidence that this is no different. It's a different cause. The effect is the same.
Yeah.
Okay? And it's just the way the markets are. Nothing new, okay?
Yeah.
It gave me the confidence that our approach would work.
Yeah, that's great. That's great hindsight. Or being able to reflect, right, on those situations, to learn from them, and to grow as an advisor through them. That's good.
Personal growth and development, right? But with that said, I never guessed we'd be where we are today. I never would have imagined. But we'd have learned that the speed of the decline is highly correlated with the speed of the recovery.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like we said a minute ago, quickest drop, quickest recovery.
Right. And it's also further evidence of how difficult market timing is, right?
Yeah.
Nobody knew it was coming, and nobody knew how quick it would come back. That's why we stay the course.
Yeah. So with all these new clients we're bringing in, right, growing, obviously we tripled the office space, but now we have more people coming on, right? So last summer we had Preston as our summer intern, and I really like him. I think that it worked out very well for everyone. So he's coming back full time after he graduates in April, May.
Yeah.
So we have one more, and he's going to be, getting licensed. And with the program at Central, they take you through CFP prep, right? So, his goal is to be a CFP, right? Jim's taking the CFP classes, so soon enough Jim will have that too. So we'll have 3 CFPs, 3 advisors, fantastic team all together. We also have another intern that we've hired for this summer. So this summer, we're gonna have to practice the social distancing a little more, right?
Yeah.
Right now we have 4 people in the office with 3,000 square feet, but we're gonna jump to 6. So Adam will be starting this summer as well.
Yeah.
And he's finishing his undergraduate at Michigan right now, but then he's going into grad school in the fall. So this summer will be an internship between undergrad and grad.
Yep. Yeah, and he thinks he wants to head down the path of being an advisor, and was excited at the opportunity to learn more about that, seeing the behind the scenes.
So we're adding, human capital, right, to help serve the needs of more people. Also, software. We leverage software, I think, pretty good, very well.
Yeah, I think I've told a couple of people this, but I think one of the things from our seat anyway that really great things that came out of the pandemic was it kind of forced us to use Zoom, right, or other or programs like that, right, video conferencing or video meetings, and it kind of opened our eyes to that as an opportunity, right? There's a lot of times where we can meet with clients in that format rather than everybody, working to get to the office, fighting traffic and all that stuff. Sometimes it can be accomplished through that technology.
Speaking of Zoom, okay, I have a lot of advisor friends, and many of them were shut down for months. Okay, we never shut down. Okay, we were here every day, and I'm proud of that too.
Absolutely, yeah. I felt like we were here every day, and when we weren't, we had the tools to use, right? We had the Zoom, we're always accessible by phone and those things. So
and I'll add, no known cases from the Peak family.
Yeah.
0 contact tracing issues.
They've reached out to us not once, the CDC, anybody.
That's right. Yes, Zoom has been very good, right?
Mm-hmm.
We tested another tool, but Zoom is fantastic. Mm-hmm. We also have a new software plan that we have been using in 2020 and beyond, which helps us with the Roth IRA conversions. Mm-hmm. So if we have your tax return, we can evaluate very quickly and easily what it will cost if you want to do a conversion this year, assuming everything else stays the same. Mm-hmm. You don't have to go back and forth with the CPA. And the most frustrating thing is when a client has a CPA and they're shut down for the summer. Not like pandemic shutdown, but like they don't answer their phone.
Right.
And they don't have voicemail set up.
Yeah.
Right. And their voicemail and their email is like at AOL.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this guy is out to lunch. Literally cannot reach him.
Right.
So if we have the tax return, we can, the official financial advisor language is, we can't give tax advice. Look, I'm here to help you. Mm-hmm. Talk about taxes.
Yeah, and we can talk about it, and we can, use the program, run all the numbers, and then have a decent idea of what it looks like, and then always confirm with the CPA too, right?
That's right.
But yeah, I think that's an exciting tool, right? Especially, I think there's a lot of reasons to think that taxes could go up over time. There's a lot of reasons to think that if there's an opportunity to convert some of that IRA money into Roth money at a really favorable tax rate, it's worth exploring for sure. And this tool has definitely given us what we need to analyze that quick and easy.
Think of a young retiree who has a joint brokerage account and an IRA, mm-hmm. right? And they're saying, well, should we take it from the IRA or from the trust or from the joint? We can model that as well and mm-hmm. say, well, look, if you take the first $10,000 from the IRA, you're only paying 12% on that. But beyond that, we should take it from the trust.
Yeah.
That's an exciting use as well. 99% of advisors would never even think of that, okay?
Yeah, I'm sure you're right.
I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Perhaps. Let me put all these
plus or minus. Yeah, right.
A lot of qualifying words. Maybe we should go in front of that. Okay. Oh, also peak income conductor, right? Mm-hmm. So more and more people are identifying with the philosophy of the bucket strategy, mm-hmm. right? Where I want to have my timeline of income needs lined up with my investment risk. So peak income conductor, I think, does a fantastic job illustrating that point, and every time we talk about it with people, they really seem to like it.
Yeah, and we've done some podcasts on income conductor, mm-hmm. so if you haven't, if not familiar with it, but basically, it allows us to make sure the money that we need for our next, couple income years is allocated properly and efficiently so that we know it'll be there when we need it.
Yeah. I think that kind of covers everything I had on my list except for one more point, okay? For people that do come in, right, we've implemented additional cleaning policies and procedures,
True.
Including the governor's mandate where we have to clean our desk twice a day.
Okay. Mine's never been so clean.
I know.
It sparkles.
I noticed that. But morning and night, you got to clean that desk with a wipe. Anything else that you want to add?
I just, anytime we kind of talk about a year in review, it just leads me back to thanking the clients and appreciating them for their, commitment to us and trusting us and to help them through all these wild storms that we see from time to time.
Yeah, and one piggyback on that, one point on that, out of 41 new clients, more than half referrals. Yeah. Right. So we are grateful.
Yeah, we're grateful for the referrals. They really are. I mean, it's cliche, right? But it's the greatest compliment we can receive, right? But it really is, for people that trust in our work to send someone else to us is greatly appreciated.
Absolutely. So there you have it. The State of the Union is strong.
Yeah, things have been good.
And the close. Let's see if I can do as good as you did last time. So if you would like a second opinion about your portfolio or your financial plan, please reach out to us at peakwm.com. You can schedule an appointment online. We look forward to hearing from you, and we'll see you next time.
You've been listening to Certified Financial Planner Nick Hopwood and accredited investment fiduciary Jim Pilat on the Finding True Wealth podcast, sponsored by Peak Wealth Management. You can learn more about Peak Wealth Management by visiting peakwm.com or follow on Twitter at nhopwood1.